Quick story. A girl and a guy met and fall for each other. They both love music, so decide to work together. And they were pretty good at it. Now on the surface, everything looked perfect. But oh, the stress of the city. So they decided otherwise. They packed up and left for the countryside. And that's where we meet this family, raising their children, growing their own food and their business together, on a quest to find a new normal and a new sense of happiness. And if you're looking for the same thing, then join us and we can unpack this thing called life together. Where are my manners? Let me introduce myself. I'm Shamel Olwago, my husband's Amondi Olwago, and together we are Nile Ochi. And this is Z-Quest. Let's start. Let's do this.
Okay, so today,
how are you? I never asked you how your day is.
My day.
How are you doing today?
How am I doing?
I would ask you more often if I wasn't with you 24 hours a day.
True. But my day was fine.
Busy. What did you do? What did you do today? This pointless conversation.
It is. You know what I did today? You know every of my move.
Every single last one of them. Yeah. All right.
So today.
Yeah.
We can talk about many things. Actually, we don't have to talk only about one thing.
Go
but
on,
there is something very interesting.
Go
on. Right. If you could have many lives, like in a video games, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you play, so if you die, you come back to life. Like you got probably 4 lives, yeah.
Oh.
It's alright. That happens sometimes.
My headscarf is like, I don't want any part of this. Go on.
So if you could have many lives, and basically, I don't know, maybe you have a limited amount. I'm not saying you have an infinite.
How much? What are we talking about? Are we talking Jumanji levels? Are we like...
Yeah, Jumanji levels, like 5 lives.
I think it's about
6 lives.
I think it's 4. I think it's 4.
Yeah. So basically...
Or 3.
Do you think it's 3? I think it was 5. 5 lives of whatever.
We'll have to check.
But if it was the case, do you think that life would be more valuable than money?
Yes.
Even if you have like a limited amount, but obviously you've got more than one life.
Yes.
Okay. And how's that?
Because now people will be looking to extend their lives as many times as possible.
I get it. Okay.
So they'll live their full life.
So do you think
the goal of the whole entire life would become living as many full lives as you can?
Okay. What about do you think they will try to like find tokens and stuff like that in order to get more lives?
I think that the idea of it would be trying to preserve that life as best as possible. I think that then there'd be a different law for killing people, because if you kill somebody, right? To take a life would not have the same meaning unless it was somebody's last life.
Yeah.
How dare you? They were on their last life.
Yeah. How could you do that?
Right?
Yeah, I get it.
Different spin.
What would you?
But then,
do you think
it would be? There's another bad side to that. Just like with every fringe in society, you're gonna get the people who are like the one lifers, who from birth, like their whole family have decided that only one life is right to lead, so they take the child's life as many times as possible so that the life they lead is only one.
So that makes them a better person.
To make them a better person, because they feel like they don't want them to be frivolous. And then you're going to get the other people who decide, you know what, we need to keep these poor people alive for as long as possible because I got you asked for 3 lives.
I see. So give them more lives.
Just let them have, because now you haven't got a worker for 1 year, for 1 lifetime. You've got them for 3.
I get it. Or the opposite. You know, I mean, we can refresh. I mean, people may become highly disposable as a result. If it's the case.
Could. I know there'd be a lot more killings.
Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah.
It's like, it's, it's killing someone and actually going to your own court case and be like, yeah, but he's all right. I mean, we had an argument, and I asked him, so how many lives do you have left then? And he told me 5.
You're gonna get lots of husband and wives having fights that go too far and just doing it because they know that their
Just
partner
because
has 2 or 3 lives left.
Yeah.
To send a message.
Yeah. Next time you know what will happen. Yeah. Do you think that what would be people's relationship with money then?
The same.
The same.
It would be more valuable. Life would be more valuable than money, but only because of the money it could make.
Yeah. Do you think that is the case? Life is more valuable than money?
Oh, sorry. What was that?
I don't know.
Rudely interrupted.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Don't matter. So do you think that people right now value life more than money, or money more than life? I'm not sure. I mean,
Money more than life.
It's not necessarily
because people have equated life, life's quality or life that is worth living to money only.
Yeah.
So for them, no money, no life.
What makes you say that?
I live in a capitalist society. I live in the Western world. I live in a first world country. Do you think? It's how I've been raised. It's what I've seen.
But do you think
I can't speak for every part of the world.
Do you think a situation like COVID-19 has shown you how people act towards life, the relationship between life and money, and what was more important? I mean, this upset against lockdown and all of that.
I think that it's mixed. It's mixed. There's people who had genuine qualms about lockdown because their job and their livelihood was directly impacted by it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To the point where it's like, what do I do? And there will be no help. The government weren't coming forward and saying, oh, don't worry, we got you.
Yeah.
So those people are genuine. And then there's other people who, they could have worked from home, but it was an inconvenience. They could have, they could have stayed at home, but they didn't want to. They didn't want to adapt. They didn't want to change. And they lobbed themselves in with the people who actually are truly impacted by it. So just to kind of.
But was it for money though? Was the decision made related to the finance? You believe in a world that, because we've heard a lot of government saying, we have to save our economy because if we do another lockdown, then after the first lockdown, if another lockdown had to happen, it would be terrible for our economy, and that would have a huge impact and terrible consequences. So that's what people were saying. Even though we knew that a second wave was on its way, and basically that would have.
We didn't know. We were second wave believers.
Yeah, we were.
But for a majority of other people, they just it was neither here nor there. It wasn't written in stone.
Mm-hmm.
But for me,
so life was, even though we only have one life for some people, towards other people, was disposable.
I believe that to be true.
Which means that's with one life. So
people boldly went on to public platforms and said, well, look, we lose more people with this every year. We're not stopping everything. And I'm like...
They took out of the equation an important factor, which means that the time span in which this virus was taking people out.
Yeah.
It was extremely fast. So maybe the percentage of death, in comparisons to the flu, wasn't necessarily higher, but how contagious this virus was so much more, which means that in such a little amount of time, so much people got the virus, and obviously that resulted in much more people dying. But if the same scenarios was with people with 5 lives, did we say 5 lives? I've said 5 lives? 5 lives.
The world wouldn't stop.
Would you think a situation like this would have been worse?
Yeah.
All right, so we can conclude that the more lives, like
the more lives, the more death that would be wasted.
Yeah.
Like they would just say, well, we've got to stay out for as long as possible, and then they'd be like, everyone with 1 life left gets shielded. Like it would be a different type of people who we shield, and then inevitably
we would value as a result life less than than money.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that's the straight answer.
Yeah, I that's my opinion, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people are going to be out there like, no, this is our second chance to be the best people we need to be, and I highly doubt that. I really do.
Yeah. So
you can get your notes. It's all right.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Phil.
It's all right. I just think it would be pandemonium. That's what I think.
Interrupt. So yeah, I mean, I believe that if we had more lives, I think a part of the population will understand that maybe that's like a divine it's a blessing to have.
A blessing to have what?
Like multiple lives. And I think maybe a small part, but they'll think, okay, we have multiple lives, so
multiple chances to do good.
Yeah, so it's like, and if you live amongst the animals, in they may not have multiple lives. You see, so maybe we'll feel probably that this is not something to take for granted. So I doubt, but I'll be
highly unlikely.
Like someone like the Dalai Lama or somebody like that.
Highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely. That's true.
Well, yeah.
But
so what else you got? What else you got for me?
I've got another thing.
It's going to be a hard no. It's going to be no.
So no, we wouldn't. Basically.
We wouldn't value life more.
Okay. All right.
In fact, I think that the opposite is true.
I think it would be worse. Okay.
Frivolous with it.
All right. So now, I was thinking about if we were under an alien's attack, what would we do? Do you think we'll be prepared?
No.
What makes you think that?
War of Worlds.
Yeah.
The Tom Cruise film War of Worlds.
Yeah, but what about it?
Perfect depiction of how it was going to go down.
It's a movie though. It might not be like that.
Okay, maybe the attack might not be like that.
Yeah.
Because God knows we wouldn't be ready for that attack.
How do you see the attacks happen? What do you think? First, before that, the extraterrestrial life.
Yeah.
Do you think today people believe in it or not?
I think most people don't.
And why do you think they don't know?
Because we've dramatized it and put too many theatrics around it. So now people just see it as something like a movie. Now, are they willing to entertain the idea that it's possible? Yeah. Yes.
So you're saying that because of Hollywood, basically people, in a way, romanticize the idea of it. Like
they're like, is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. It doesn't mean we're the only ones out there, but then it stops right there.
Do you think
it stops right at the place where they're out there, but they don't want nothing to do with us. They're out there, but they can't get to us. They're out there, but that's nothing. That's none of my business.
But we discovered the exoplanets. Okay. So do you think that even though we discovered that there is the possibility of life somewhere, people still till this day believe that could never happen? Do you think there's people out there believing this?
Yeah. Thank you for listening. Now for full exclusive episodes, go on to nileochi.com and join our Patreon.